Welcome, Loyalty Squad. This is the Velvet Locks with another wonderful video for you today. First of all, I want to start off by thanking all of you so much for your support, for your, well wishes, for sharing your stories, for really opening up. I mean, it is heartbreaking hearing the traumatic things that you guys have been through, you men, you women, and I completely understand. Believe me, completely understand. And I know how devastating it is. And I know how crazy it can be. Going through this type of thing and not having any type of understanding as far as like what's going on. Now, when I put out my video regarding how I survived narcissistic abuse, I never realized how much this was going to take off, how this was going to actually just be so impacting to everybody. I never realized how many of you are suffering out there being involved or had been involved with these type of people. And I'm getting letters from you guys who are still currently going through some craziness with these people and not knowing what to do. The craziest thing is when you're involved in a normal relationship and things go bad, it's easier to heal and move on. But it's a different story when you've been involved in a narcissistic relationship. The abuse, the traumatic effect that it takes on you is far deeper, far worse than anybody could even imagine in a regular relationship. You know why? Because this is not a regular relationship. This is a imaginary, fabricated type of bad story. I call it a scary movie. These narcissists are just like that movie Get Out. That perfect little family. You know when that girl was dating that guy in the movie and how she brought him over to meet her family and everything seemed so perfect, but he realized something wasn't right. He was getting these signals like these people, there's something wrong. Yeah, something is wrong. And the worst part of being in a relationship like that is when you know that something is wrong and when you look around at everybody else in the family that you're meeting, you're seeing, no, something is not right. You understand? Now, remember in that movie, the family knew that when she brought a visitor home, they knew what she was going to do. And they condoned it. Well, the same goes for being involved with a narcissist and finally meeting their parents. Some narcissists just play the game and they have that secret relationship outside that nobody knows about. And they're giving you false hopes and false dreams to believe in that, one day, yeah, I'm going to let you meet my parents. And one day, we're going to be able to do this as a family. But then there's those narcissists that are proud to show you off to their family, that can't wait to introduce you to their family, that want to rush into everything in the beginning. But the craziest thing about my situation was everybody knew there was some sort of dysfunction in this person and didn't say a word. They didn't say a word. There wasn't a smoke screen, a warning, a pigeon message, nothing. They didn't say a word. They went on as though everything was, okay? That everything was wonderful. One thing you got to realize, you guys, when you're dealing with these type of people, these narcissistic people, a lot of times the abuse came from their family, their parents. So everybody is living in this dysfunctional mentality. And of course, they know what's going on. It's just a matter of time before they see that cycle repeating again where, well, another one bites the dust. One thing you got to watch out for with these people, doing my research as far as narcissists and everything, those are called the flying monkeys. Their relatives, their friends, they're flying monkeys. They're the ones that do the bidding. They're the ones that sit there and condone their behavior. They're the ones on their side rah-rahing them, You know, when they come back with their little smear campaigns about you. The family knows the characteristics of that person. And they knew what you're going to be going through with that person in hopes that hopefully this one will change him or her. Hopefully this one will be the one. See, the family do want to see the narcissist moving on and having, you know, being happy and whole. But for the most part, it never happens that way. And they don't tell you their problems. Although, meeting this narcissist, I heard all his little, you know, stories about how he misbehaved and how he was rude and how he was bad and how he was this. Everything negative. Okay, this is just meeting the family for the first time. And his mother had so much to say about his bad behavior and what he did and how he was this and how he was that. You know, when my children bring their friends around, you know, yeah, as a mother, you know, you try to blow their spot up. But this was different. It was constantly belittling and knocking them down, constantly reminding them of their faults, constantly pointing a finger at them. And even in their adult life, still doing the same dysfunctional mental disorder. Now, these flying monkeys, they know what's going on. They've seen it before. This isn't the first time. You're not the first time they've seen this same cycle going on with their child. His people, like I mentioned in my beginning video when I met the family for the first time, I took down those videos so you won't be able to find them. But I thought they were the sweetest people, the most nicest people, and they are. But they were dysfunctional as well. People who sweep things under the rug, condone negative behavior, continue to comfort and enable their narcissistic children, and how they are damaging people. That's dysfunction. So watch out for these flying monkeys, because when it's time to leave these dysfunctional relationships, you're going to have to leave those flying monkeys alone as well, because they're the ones trying to keep you involved with that person. They're the ones trying to hold you and say, you know, you guys need to work it out. You know why? Because they don't want that person underneath their roof. They don't want to see their child unhappy. I can understand that. They want to get them involved with somebody because they're hoping that these people will change the behavioral patterns, the dysfunctional, you know, mental status in that person. So they're hoping these new people and change them miraculously, because they know they got problems. They know that person got mental issues. You're not the first one. They've done this before. And these parents and these relatives and their friends, maybe not so much the friends, but the relatives, they've seen this cycle already before. They've already brought people to the house. They've already been engaged how many times? They've been engaged maybe 3-4 times before you. And now here you come, thinking that you're this special person, because everyone's making you feel welcome. Everyone is welcoming you. So you're feeling like, wow, I really enjoy being a part of this family. This is really great. That's part of the smokescreen, because it's harder to break the cycle when you got family members holding at your skirt tail, or family members involved, calling you or wanting to call you, or trying to encourage that narcissist to work on that relationship, holding you even more involved with these people when you know that you need to get out, because these flying monkeys don't even see half the time what these people are doing to you. Physically seeing. They're only being told what the narcissist is telling them, which is another lie. So they don't really know the whole story as far as the mental abuse and the cycle that you're going through, although they know that person got problems. So when it gets to the point that you realize enough is enough, you're going to have to do one of the most important things in your life in order to heal, and that's to go no contact at all. And when I say no contact, I mean block everything. When I say no contact, I mean block everything. Block them on social media, block them on your phone, block them as far as texting you, even block those flying monkeys, which is the relatives and friends of the narcissist. There's no way you're going to be able to heal if you still got a access for the narcissist to move through, to get to you. Because they can still use their friends and families to connect with you, to feed your brain, to try to make you feel sorry. Or maybe if you got them as friends on Facebook, you can still see what's going on, and that's a connection. Because you don't know how the narcissist might even play that on social media. So the best thing for you to do is to go no contact and block them off of every single thing you can think of. If you got to download apps like I did, I got Umail. And Umail blocks all sorts of spam calls, unknown calls. You can even set up different types of messages. But you will not get the call, not even a text message. So you may have to go to the extreme of getting these people completely out of your life. Now just know that when you do this, that's going to cause a narcissistic injury. Because with narcissists, they don't like to be put on the sideline. They don't like to be ignored. They don't like when you are moving forward and they're not a part of that. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you heal. They don't want to see you whole. That's why they constantly keep hovering over you, keep trying to suck you back into that dysfunctional cycle so they can keep abusing you and breaking you down. So when you put a complete stop to the contact of them being able to harm you, hurt you, abuse you, whether physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, this causes narcissistic injury, and they go ballistic. So just know, when you have to put a stop to the contact, just know they may get more aggressive. You may start to see them popping up more. They'll be contacting you, blowing up your phone, popping up at your house, popping up at your job, your school, wherever you are, trying to connect with your friends to get through to you. You may have to tell your friends and them to block them off as well. But just know they're going to go to the extreme to try to get your attention. It's not because they love you. Keep that in mind, you guys. I don't care what they speak out of their mouth. They don't love you. They don't have empathy. They don't feel sorry for hurting you. No matter what they say, what they speak and what they feel, or should I say what they speak and how they act, is two different things. Narcissists are empty people. Their words are empty. Their words never line up with their actions. At least most of the time. They're going to be enraged when you decide to cut them off. They're going to try every trick in the book, even to the point of causing their own selves harm. You heard what I'm saying? These people are so mental. They will try to cause their own self-harm just to get your attention, just to get a rise out of you, just to get you to get emotionally concerned and attached. They will go to the extreme. They will say they're going to kill themselves. They have nothing to live for because you don't want no parts of them. They're not doing that. Most of the time, they're not doing that. Don't fall for the trickery. This is the game that they play. Breaking you down emotionally, breaking you down spiritually. Lying, pretending, faking the funk. Okay, faking the funk. Getting you to think that, oh my gosh, if they do this, it will be on my hands. Oh my gosh, I need to run to their rescue. No, you don't. Do the opposite. Run, Forrest, run. Don't run to them, run away from them. Because it's a trick. My ex-narcissist, when I put him out of the house, He wouldn't go back to his parents' house. At that time, he didn't have his little side chicks. I guess no good supply was there. So he stayed around, even to the point of sleeping in the driveway in his car, because he wouldn't leave. They will do this to try to break you down, to wear you out, to make you feel like, okay, she's calmed down, let me try again, because they don't stop. They won't stop. And the only reason why they want to try to get you back, to get back in your good graces in your life and everything, so that they can then turn it around and hurt you back. See, narcissists don't like when you hurt them. They don't like it. And you're not hurting them purposely. You're trying to live. You're trying to be safe. You're trying to be whole. But you're neglecting them. And this is how they look at that. You neglecting them, you ignoring them, they take that like a direct hit, like a smack in the face, like a deliberate attack. So just know that when you go no contact, they're going to rile up even more. They don't just disappear. And if they do, they come back. It's guaranteed. Now, this narcissist used to also, text me messages about suicide, knowing that there was a history in his family about suicide. Somebody had died or killed themselves over some relationship. So now he want to replay that thought in my head, to try to say, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put something in my tailpipe. I'm going to, take some pills. I'm going to do this. Everything he could possibly think of to try to get my attention, to try to get me to feel sorry for him. This is what a narcissist will do. And I'm sure a lot of you already seen it. A lot of you already know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, hit that like button. You heard? Hit that like button. That's the only way I'm going to know you guys are there and listening, because if you know exactly what I'm talking about, hit that like button. These people don't disappear. They go back and forth, waiting. But just know that once you've injured a narcissist, don't think that their main purpose is only to be with you again. They're also looking for new supply, because they realize you have pretty much figured them out, that you're at your wit's end and you really don't want to be bothered anymore. So now they're going to be also seeking out new supply, because they need to replace that affection and attention and that admiration or whatever it was that they got from you, but they want to feel and they want to be able to control somebody, because it's food. It's food for a narcissist. Arguing is a food for a narcissist. They love that. Anything that is negative, they love that. To see you miserable, they love that. To see you hurting, they love that, because they feel as though as long as they're hurting, I could come back and heal them up. My ex-narcissist, no matter what, when we would try to work out our issues after he broke it, we'd work on fixing it. And you know what he did? Anytime that we were trying to work on fixing it, boom, break it right again. Constantly breaking the relationship, breaking their own promises to say, that, oh, I will change, I will I won't do this again, we're going to work on this, we need respect, we need this. But yet, after making those declarations as far as mending a relationship, they break it just that fast again. This is why no contact is very important. It's not important for them. It's important for you and for your healing. Don't fall for the trickery, you guys. This is the first step in your healing. Moving away, getting out. Get out. That is the most important message I have to give to you today, as far as dealing with a narcissist. Get out. Now, this is not just going to be an overnight thing. Because like I said, I broke up with mine during the summer time, when we were supposed to be buying a house together in the whole nine. During that time, that's when all the crap started. Even more. It amplified. Like I said, after therapy, it just got worse. He just got worse after he went to therapy. And once he realized I took away all of the control that he had, whatever he had, a foothold in my home, I plucked it and got rid of it. No, you're not paying these bills. You're not paying that bill. I don't want to be under your insurance policy. I don't want you to be involved in this payment. No, I don't want you to purchase this for me. Because those are strings being attached to you. So I had to cut every string, and that's what you're going to have to do. Cut every string that you have connected. Now with children, that's a different scenario. You can't cut that. That's something you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to work that situation out. But the less communication with these people, even dealing with them with children, the less communication you got to deal with that person, the better off you will be. These people are childish. They will do anything to hold you in a cycle of drama. They will have you in court. You heard what I'm saying. I've heard your messages too. I've read your letters. I know what you're talking about. They will do whatever is necessary to get you caught up in the criminal system, if possible. You understand what I'm saying? So your best way to protect you and your family is to ignore and avoid these people. If there's money that they owe you, man, you might as well call that up to the Lord as a loss. Because a lot of times you're not getting your money back. Just know that much. They're vampires. They suck from you. They don't give it back. They give you false hopes and promises, letting you think that they're going to give it back. And even if they give you some of it back, they're always going to hold back some so that you could continue to have to keep coming to them. Keep asking them. Keep needing them. This is a narcissist food. Wanting to be needed. Just so that they can play games with you. Have you dangling. Treat you like a rag doll. Step on you like a doormat. Crush you. And transfer their PTSD on you, because that's exactly how you're going to end up the longer the relationship is with these people. The PTSD that they had, the traumatic thing that took place in their childhood or in their life, they're putting that on you. And that's how you're going to end up after this if you don't get out. Get out. No contact is what you need to do. Now, like I mentioned with the narcissist, they get hostile. And it may get to the point where they may get violent. My narcissist was violent. He spoke a lot. He made threats. Okay? They hate to see you moving on. They hate to see you happy. They hate to see that you put a stop to them. That you left them. That you figured them out. So they're pissed off. They're under narcissistic injury. So they're going to do anything to get you back. And I don't mean get you back. Because they want to get you back. But they want to get you back. Sometimes physical. And I ain't joking with that. So this is why you need to protect yourself and your family. My home has never seen so much police activities. Not even when I had that neighbor that I did the story time on that was harassing me. Not even at that time did I have that much police activity in my neighborhood. But when dealing with this narcissist, it was just too much domestic violence going on in my home, where the police would always have to be called. And just know they are capable of fabricating stories to get you locked up. That's why I say no contact. Even when they get more aggressive and they're hovering over you. This narcissist made threats, didn't want to see me with anybody, knowing that he was out there creeping and tricking with everybody and their grandmother and your baby. So hide your kids, hide your mama. Because they are liars, master manipulators, deceivers. And when they see that you're slipping out of their hands, they hate you even more. Their hatred for you is going to show and amplify in so many ways. Because now their mask is completely off. So what is that they're going to lose? Because they already lost you. They're going to hate the fact that they lost control in the situation. They lost control over you. That they no longer have a hold on you. That they no longer have a grip on you. This is going to send them crazy. They don't like that. This is going to send them into out of control behavior. They have levels to them. They're worse than an onion. They got many levels. Many peels. With me, what I've experienced with this person, the other woman that he got pregnant, didn't know nothing about the stuff that they were getting ready to be involved with. They haven't even experienced most of the stuff that we spoke about. They just saw little warning signs. But these people will go to the extreme. Just think about it. If they go to the extreme of lying and smearing your name around town, making up all sorts of nasty, demonic stories on you to their friends and family, just so that they can now feel good and maybe even introduce a new source into their life. So of course, in order to introduce the new source, they gotta devalue you. They gotta put your name in the dirt, make you look like crap, make you look like you're the most mean-spirited person in the world. So just expect the smear campaign, because they're out of control now. They're losing you. They're losing their grip on you. This is where no contact is very important, you guys. Not even breaking it for the slightest moment. Because as long as you give them an ear, even if it's to hang up the phone, they like that attention. It drives them crazy. They want to do something to you. So the less contact you have with these people, the better. Because any little negative vibes that they get from you, that's fueling the fire in them. Narcissist likes confrontation. So some of you, I'm sure, have been followed, have been stalked, has been, harassed. I know exactly what you mean. I was followed on the highway. I mean, constantly. At high speed. Shifting different lanes. Trying to shake this person, get this person away from me. In traffic. Where they get close to your car. Stretch their hand out and bang in your window telling you to pull over, let's talk. They don't care. They will put you at risk as well. They're not mentally sound people. They're unstable-minded people. So just know, you guys, you're going to have to go no contact no matter what. Don't even as much as the slightest moment pick the phone up, knowing that's who they are. And if they call from these random numbers, then nowadays you can just download an app and get all these multiple numbers. The minute you pick up that phone and you hear that voice, know who it is, block that number as well. Go to your local precinct. Make complaints. You understand? Make complaints. Get a restraining order, order protection, whatever it's called in your part of town. But protect yourself and your family. Because these people are mentally delusional people, and they're capable of anything. Don't put nothing past the narcissist. They're capable of anything. To leave a narcissist starts another level of harassment. But as long as you stick to your guns, stand on your truth and the strength that you could actually muster up to try to get rid of them, to get them out of your life, don't go back. Don't get weak. Don't let them break you down into listening to their stupidity, listening to their lies, because that's all they are lies. They make this stuff up like as though they're creating a movie, like they're producers. They're mentally demonic people. So the faster you get out, the better you are. So you may also have to get a restraining order for your own protection, which some of you have already, mentioned that you have done that. Kudos to you, because I had to do the same thing too. Right now, I have a restraining order against my narcissist. You're going to have to do this, because they don't understand no. Wow, that needs to be another video, but I'm going to briefly touch on this one before going. They don't like to hear the word no. No is like the green light to a narcissist. I know y'all, if I'm telling the truth, hit the like button. You understand me? They don't hear when you tell them no. They don't hear when you tell them I don't want to. They keep pressing you because their agenda is all they care about. You are nothing to them. You are meaningless. Your opinions don't matter. You're just a pet that they just want to use when they feel like it, when it benefits them. All right? So thank you guys so much for joining me again on this video. Join me again because I got more coming your way. But I also want to continue to post down below my email address so that you guys can continue reaching out to me. There's healing from this, you guys. And I never thought the Lord would be using me like this, because I've spoken to so many of you and responded to your messages, encouraging y'all, talking to you guys, helping you guys to understand certain things that's still confusing, and rejoicing with you guys who got out. Do what's necessary now to protect yourself. Keep your eyes out. Keep a lookout wherever you go, because they're going to watch you, which is why you're going to need that restraining order, because they're going to try to come for you. All right? So thank you, you guys. Thank you so much, family. Thank you also for my new subscribers, people who have heard this message, saw me for the first time, and can connect with everything that I'm saying. Every one of you, every one of you are connecting on the same level and know exactly what I'm saying. This is what a narcissist is. Everybody can't be lying. Seriously. All right? So thank you again. Share these videos. Share these videos. We got to expose these type of people, the characteristics. We have to open the eyes of people who are not aware. You're not aware of these kind of people until you actually come across them. You want to be able to look out for these characteristics and traits. You want to avoid being involved with these people. So share this on your Facebook. Share this on your social media platform. Share this with your friends and family. We need to make this a public announcement so that there's more awareness on this undiagnosed situation, because it really goes undiagnosed most of the time. And for that person that made that comment to me about how narcissist and bipolar, I should correct that comment. As far as having bipolar has nothing to do with being a narcissist. Baby girl, you better do your research. Do your research. There's narcissistic characteristics in bipolarism. This is why they can't control themselves. So you guys, share these videos, expose these people, educate people around you so they don't go out meeting these types of people. I had a subby that just reached out to me recently and told me that her father gave my channel to her, shared my channel with her to open her eyes and to help her. You guys have really touched me in so many ways, man. I really never thought sharing my story with you would turn into this right here, a movement. I mean, when I was in the situation and still healing, I mean, I had to go and research and seek out help and understanding for myself. And that's exactly what I did. Listen to these other channels that explain my situation 100%. That's the first step of being aware of these people. Educating yourself. All right? So I got more videos coming for you guys. Just know that them flying monkeys don't mean you no good. So you're going to have to leave them alone as well. No contact. All right? And the best thing you can do is get out. Thank you again, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.